Hey everybody, how's it going? It's been a little bit of a while since I've made a video. I think my last one was the 90-day follow-up, which was a month or more ago. So I haven't been making videos because I just really haven't had a lot to really update you on. I've been trying to respond to some comments still. I've been still seeing some people subscribe, and been seeing all of your comments that come through, and at least reading them and responding to the ones that make sense to respond to. So yeah, man, I think technically I'm at close to 5 months, if not already at 5 months on Enclomiphene. So how things been going? All right, so last time we talked at the 90-day follow-up, let's see, I reduced my dosage for Enclomiphene. I was taking 12.5 milligrams every single day. After my follow-up, my testosterone was about double what we wanted it to be, near like 1900. And my estrogen was pretty high despite taking an AI like twice a week. I think I was taking like 1/4 milligram twice a week, and still I think I was at like 90. I think they wanted me below like 20 something or 30 something, so still was about nearly 3 times where they wanted me. So I was told to continue the 1/4 milligram twice a week of an AI and take Enclomiphene every other day, 12.5 milligrams. So that's what I've been doing since then. Obviously, with that, it takes a long time for things to change. Even when I was on Clomid and I stopped, my testosterone actually stayed elevated for several months before it actually crashed back down, and I started feeling like shit again. So on Enclomiphene, I think I've been on like a slow decline with my testosterone. I will say that after a couple weeks of the decreased dosage, I was not running into like the anxiety feeling I was getting so much, which could tell me, one, it's because my testosterone is coming down, because if your testosterone is too high, you can definitely get some of that anxiety, maybe even increased blood pressure and things like that. Also, maybe my estrogen is coming down. So what have I been doing? So I've been taking more than 1/4 milligram of AI a week. I was already doing that. I think that I'm taking about 3/4 milligram a week. So I take Enclomiphene every other day, and I really have just been kind of pairing my AI with that, depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll skip a dose, like I'll do, take just Enclomiphene and nothing, and I'll take my AI with it, 2 days later. And then I've just been trying to taper it down. So probably in the next couple weeks, as long as I'm not having any issues, I will just keep paring that down to AI twice a week, probably take it like a Monday, Thursday or something like that, and just continue every other day for my Enclomiphene. Yeah, so I don't have any blood results to go over yet. I actually am not sure when I'll get my blood test done again. I think it's at the 6-month mark, which I'm still, several weeks away from. Overall, how am I feeling? Feeling awesome, especially mentally. Emotionally, all that stuff's been so much better, right? I've had a lot of comments on, like, oh, your numbers are good, but how are you feeling? And if they just watch my videos, they'd realize, oh, he's feeling really good. I talk about that quite a bit. That is my sole purpose for taking Enclomiphene, is that I felt like shit because my testosterone was so low. And now that I've done Clomid, and as soon as my testosterone went up, started feeling awesome. Then I had issues with Clomid, which you can go back watch my old videos if you're not aware. Stopped for 6 months. Started feeling like shit about the 6-month mark. When it got tested, oh yep, my testosterone was literally right where I started when I was on Clomid, like 360 nanograms per deciliter, whatever the measurement is there. So now that my testosterone went back up, again, feel great. Is Enclomiphene for everybody? Absolutely not. If you don't have a testosterone issue, don't take Enclomiphene. Like, it's not worth it. If you're just depressed and your testosterone is fine, it's not going to take away your depression. The only reason that it has helped me is all of my mood issues, and maybe even could call it depression. It was because my hormones were so low. My testosterone was just too low for my body. I had made 0 gains in the gym for like 5 years, despite going 5 or 6 days a week. I was just like on an uphill battle with myself, like both physically and mentally. And as soon as I got my testosterone back where it should be, or actually a little above where it should have been. Everything changed, right? My strength, for the first time, I've PR'd twice on bench press in this year, and I had not had a PR on my bench press in like 4 years. So definitely, it's what I needed, it's what my body needed. Again, get tested first. If your testosterone's fine, which I would say fine is like, you're in that 600 to 700 range, you don't need it. Don't worry about it. I mean, maybe you do. I mean, there are some people who need higher levels, but I think if you're in that 700 range, you are perfectly fine. You don't need Enclomiphene. You don't need TRT. Go figure out what else is wrong with you. Maybe there's something else in your life or something else going on causing you to feel the way you're feeling. If you're taking it just for aesthetics, that's, you do you. I don't advise that. It does, as your testosterone goes up, and mine was very, very high, it makes you extremely hungry. At least my hunger was through the roof. I'm getting better about that. So I was, and I am losing weight. Holidays came, kind of got in the way of that, but I am like super motivated to get down to 200 pounds. I'm at like 218 right now. A couple days ago, I was down to like 216, but then work holiday get-togethers for Christmas and all that kind of stuff, and eat a little bit bad during that time. But yeah, once we get past these holidays, I definitely, I'm super motivated to get this weight off. But it's kind of like a mixed feeling, right? Because I commit to losing weight and I'm like fully committed, but then at the same time, I want to be fully committed to getting to a 315 bench press, which losing weight's not going to help me with that. So I'm trying to decide, I keep battling with myself. Like I wake up, I'm like, oh man, you're fat, lose some weight. But then at the same time, I'm like, man, I'm like 20 pounds from a 315 bench press. Suck it up, eat some more, and get fatter. And it's a little bit of a battle. Because I would say, like people who see me, they don't think I'm fat. Like, I mean, 200 would be a really good number for me. Being at 215 to 220, like I don't look that bad as long as I keep my shirt on, But let's see. So sexual function type stuff, right? That's a big concern for a lot of people. Will it help with libido? Will it help with ED? Will it cause ED? All these things, right? I have learned both from Clomid and from Enclomiphene that yes, it can impact those things both positively and negatively, right? First couple of months on Enclomiphene and on Clomid, like sex drives to the roof. ED is not even in your mind because it's like you're complete opposite of that. Things are wild. You get to the point where estrogen catches up to you, and that's where you can start to have issues, right? If your estrogen gets too high or too low, perhaps it gets too high and you take too much AI and then you crash it out. Not a good thing either. That in also with the Enclomiphene or Clomid blocking estrogen receptors, plus high estrogen, all these things can really impact that. So have I had any issues on Enclomiphene? I'm going to say slightly. It kind of like comes and goes, and I think it's very much that I just am not balanced yet on my AI, like how much do I actually need to be taking, especially as my testosterone's coming down. I think there was 1 week where I actually think I took too much of my AI, and then there's been some weeks where I don't take enough. I can usually tell when I have not taken enough because usually anxiety and maybe even a little bit emotional kind of side effects. Not like I'm sitting here crying, but just things get to you a little bit more. But yeah, so I would say I've balanced it out. And then also my experience with Clomid, like it was really bad. I had like months of issues. And I think a lot of it was actually just due to the Clomid itself. My body just didn't work well with it. And that caused some pretty psychological issues, like confidence, at least like from a sexual performance standpoint, issues. I would say if you do run into something like that, first of all, figure out, where's your estrogen, get that fixed. If you get that dialed in, it makes a huge world of difference. But if you need to, go get Viagra or Tadalafil or one of those things. I do have some just in case I'm feeling I guess a little lack of confidence. I had never used it before until a few weeks ago when I said I think I took too much AI, and then it kind of made me panic. I'm like, I'm just gonna get some. It's pretty easy to get these days online from people, but from a doctor, obviously a certified doctor, but you can get it for cheap. Especially if you're gonna have like a big celebration, you know, like whether it be an anniversary or something, and you've been having some anxiety problems, because that's just anxiety is something I struggle with no matter what. If you're feeling a little anxious in the bedroom, it kind of takes that all away, and you just kind of makes you more confident, right? So I think it's good to have around, especially if you're manipulating your hormones with things like Enclomiphene, TRT, or one of those things, until you're like fully dialed, which, you know, can take a year to figure out those things. You can't just go in every other week and get a blood test to see where it is and then adjust, because it takes time. Every adjustment you make could take weeks, months for it to actually make a difference. So if you run into those times where you're like, oh man, my estrogen was too high, something's wrong, I feel like maybe I have ED, or you're just anxious and it's causing other issues, or you're stressed at work and it's causing issues, you know, talk to a doctor, see what their thoughts are. A lot of times they'll say, hey, you know what, let's throw you on, you know, we're gonna give you a tadalafil, take it when you need it. If you don't need it, don't take it. And that's been helpful for me just from a confidence standpoint. Honestly, I don't think I need it. Don't think I actually have any type of issue other than psychological sometimes, when I'm super stressed at work, super anxious, and then my estrogen will climb sometimes, and I'm like, maybe because I, you know, just wasn't taking it when I should have. So I'm gonna stop rambling. That's where I'm at today. Am I happy I took it in Enclomiphene? Absolutely. Am I still on it? Yes, 100%. I will not miss a dose without it. My mood and everything, I'm just not myself, and I'm so happy to have found something that works for me. Again, it won't work for everybody. Yes, there can be side effects. I would say no, I haven't had side effects other than things that I brought onto myself by accidentally manipulating my estrogen in ways that, you know, I shouldn't have, taking too much AI or taking too little. Will I switch from Enclomiphene to TRT? I might address that in another video, because I did consider it. I've considered it a few times. Now that I know like testosterone is my problem, you know, it's like, do I want to just continue on Enclomiphene, where you're actually like blocking estrogen receptors and things like that, versus just injecting a testosterone and then your body kind of just manage it as it should. You know, you're not blocking all of these different receptors. You're just injecting testosterone, your body takes it in, and it does the things that it's supposed to do automatically. You're not like manipulating your body or things like that. That piece sounds better to me, but I really would like to push until I'm like 40 for that, which is still another 7 years. So we'll see how things go. Don't know if I'll wait that long or not, but you know, injections 2 or 3 times a week just doesn't sound the funnest to me. I know you can do TRT like once a week, or some people do it like once every 2 weeks. Not optimal at all. You should do it at least twice a week if you're going to go that route. So I'm gonna end it there. Let me know if you have any questions. Be happy to answer them. Have a good one.